Hello and welcome back. We're going to the evidence room now to see what's happening, which is probably a lot. Evidence room. See what kind of evidence we got here. We got evidence, you know. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here.
So this is the evidence room? It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me.
I wasn't trying to. How are you ever gonna be a police detective if you're just scared of morgues? Whoa! Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of Police Gant, we'll loan anyone $50, even me.
Oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for a day. Just for a day.
Boss for a day.
Well, guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Evidence room floor plans. Okay. Boss for a day.
So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day?
That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, of course. I am a detective, after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open?
How's Edgeworth doing? I always believe in Mr. Edgeworth no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now, right?
They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. Evidence lockers. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Wow, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. How long have you been in the force?
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
Well,
you could.
Right hand. Oh, you mean your fingerprint?
Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own.
Funny. They look like normal lockers.
These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see?
The handles?
On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Okay, alright. Goodman's note. This is being presented to quite a lot of people. Detective Goodman's note and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there's some loose ends left on that case. Alright, do I talk to you again? Doing a lot of talking to Gumshoe. That's fine though, I like Gumshoe. Now that was a bloody violent case. Violent. So it was a murder? A serial killing. A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him.
And this was 2 years ago?
That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight, and started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transfer the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SO9 incident, see?
So that switchblade knife.
The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Okay. Sorry, I'm scrolling through the guide, because there's a lot to do here in the evidence room. Present ID card record. That is this one right here. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa!
What is it?
That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth!
What?
The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
Okay, that's not good. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Second number. We still don't know who the first, third, or fifth numbers are. Okay. Now I start examining things. Okay. Look at this. There's something sticking out of here.
Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case.
I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was open recently.
How do you know?
If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence?
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot, too.
Yeah, that sounds like him. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. Probably not. If you're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of him, pal. Oh, you made him sad. He's having the white item hanging out of the locker. Okay, so now I slide. Oh, that's a bit odd, isn't it? What's this? Blood.
It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use our testing fluid to check it out.
Okay. Apparently, I'm gonna look at things first. In the open locker.
Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit.
That locker is coded with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker.
Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere.
Someone left a glove here, but only one. What kind of maniac wears one glove?
Detective Gumshoe, maybe? I guess maybe someone with one hand would wear one glove. There you go, pal, make me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. It's evidence from the case, you know. I mean, SL9 does have a tag on it. Extremely thin rubber glove.
Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces.
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. We just keep making fun of Gumshoe. That's apparently from the case.
The case?
The SO9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there? Another piece of SO9 evidence. Ah! Sorry, my ear itches. I'm readjusting. Give me a moment. Okay, I need to move the computer to the side. There we go. Take a closer look. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke.
You want to try to put it back together?
Anyone got some super glue? Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
That's why I always carry around a tube of glue.
Oh, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place.
Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I don't need a guide for this. I can do this. Can I? This? No, that's not it. That's the top, so that's not gonna go there. That's also part of the top, so that's not gonna go there. It's also part of the top. Okay, it might be this. Nope. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, it's that one. Okay, that was easy, didn't have to rotate that one at all. Okay, this should be... It's not that one. It's not that one, it's probably that. That looks like it fits. Oh, well, bro! What the fuck am I supposed to do here? No, that's definitely not it. We're just trial and error at this point. Okay. Alright. Well, that's definitely that. No, I was wrong. It was not that. Oh, it was this. It goes like that. No, it doesn't. I swear I'm smart. I can do this. Right, and then that has to be right. And still a piece missing from it. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. So you spent 3 hours trying to look for the last piece? Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar. I don't know why that's funny to me. Okay, well, now that that's over with, okay, so now we use the... Yeah, okay, we have to use that. And we'll test it for it. Allow me to say one thing, speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing. That's fine? You bet it's fine, pal. I'm not presenting it to you. How do I use it? Oh, open the court record. Shooting present. Alright. Spray. Okay. So I think we slide. Spray the area behind the yellow tape. Gonna go wild until everything decided that there was enough of it. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien? No, detective, that's... This proves that something This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. It's not that I didn't want your opinion, detective. It's that your opinion was shit. Well, yeah, that's about what was expected. You can see that without the spraying fluid. I knew it. This is someone's right handprint. Could we not see that without spray? I thought it was pretty clear. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker. It's mine. It's yours? Please, you have to help me. When they come to take me away, promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. Gumshoe, they're not. You do that for me, won't you, pals?
This is an important clue. Jot it down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. You know, I completely agree with you on that one.
What? But you're a detective.
He doesn't like the system.
Good luck with waiting.
Oh, that's interesting. That also looks like someone's right handprint.
Why am I getting a reaction here?
There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal.
What, this?
It's called luminal testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow 50 bucks from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma?
I always buy it by mail order.
Oh, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. Hey, pal, look at the time. Is there something you needed to be going to? He said that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm gonna go give them my report for the day. That's a flyer for a restaurant. Featuring a character who doesn't appear until the third game, I want to say. That's not really a spoiler. It might help, you know. A report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him.
Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe?
Hey, don't be mean. I'm off pale later.
Have a good day, Detective. Gonna miss you. Should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Alright. Move to the High Prosecutor's office.
Okay.
Guard station. Police Department entrance. Underground parking lot. I fucking hate this movement system. My god. My fucking god, why is there still so much?
Why does this take so long? Oh my god. You? I haven't seen you since the second episode of this game. I don't remember what voice I gave you. I guess, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here?
There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand.
Looking dramatically outside. Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service?
Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry?
I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Yes, he brought me the latest information, it seems.
Really? Was it helpful?
Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Looks like you also have trouble flipping over pieces of paper.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him.
Yeah. I'll give you that impression. Inquiry committee. So how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation.
Concealing evidence?
Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. They were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago.
Well, let's talk about tomorrow's trial.
You okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened. I gave control of the investigation over to the police department.
The police department?
The police department? Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the chief of police, Gant. I don't like his attitude. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still, I've never seen him this out of sorts.
You need a hug, buddy? I'll give you a hug if you need a hug. Present ID card record.
Oh, right, I better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage. Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true.
Why, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less.
The chief of police? He wanted evidence for a case that was wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here at the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. Well, that's suspicious immediately. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Fucking in front of me. Sorry. I think there was like a bug or something floating around. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I better make a note of it. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Well, you know me. I gotta note down everything, because one second I think something's not related, and next thing I know, it's a crucial piece of evidence. Now I guess I'm good at this note. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident, and some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I apologize. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. You must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't... Of course not! I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yeah, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, no need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Knowing Gumshoe, he'd probably just spill the powder everywhere. Covers fingerprints from handprints for comparison with fingerprint file. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Move to evidence room. Alright, back to the evidence room. Oh my god. The movement system is terrible! You have to go like 7 other places just to get to one place. My god. Very unintuitive. Investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint, so let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Well... the thumb? Okay, now it's time to check for footprints. Let me show you how it's done. I'm starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. Sorry, I keep looking at the guide every now and then. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With the A button. Breaking the fourth wall, see? Looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With the X button. Exciting, I know. So I think, because episode
Rise from the Ashes wasn't added to the game until, like, a re-release, I believe, for the DS, and the DS had a microphone, so you could, like, actually blow away the dust, but the Switch does not have a microphone.
Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See?
Wow, that looks like fun. Takes some getting used to, though.
It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything.
Yeah, and then we never see anything like this ever again. Not once. It's gone forever.
You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright.
Guess I better give it a try. Okay, well, just dust everything. You know, it just... When you're unsure, just put it on everything. Good thing I'm very good at spamming buttons. Comes from all my time playing Project Diva. Is the game lagging yet? If it's not, then I don't have enough dust. I'm gonna turn this screen entirely fucking white. It's a little excessive, I know. Okay, I think it's probably good enough now.
Aha! You did it! You found one!
But this looks nothing like a fingerprint.
Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't.
What does it mean?
I think it means you're out of luck.
Out of luck?
The person who left his handprint must have worn gloves.
Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Well, if there's no print, how did it adhere to something?
Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints?
Other prints?
Looking at the locker door again closely.
Oh?
Seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print.
Fingerprints outside the blood. There's one right here. Alright. You know the drill. Just pick a corner and start dusting. This is going great so far. This is obviously the optimal strategy for doing this, because how am I supposed to know exactly where the fingerprint is, right? And if you just put dust on everything, you won't miss anything. Hang on, some places don't look dusted quite enough. So let's keep her going here. Apparently I can't go behind the text that shows the buttons. Now some of this doesn't look like it has enough dust. Hang on. We'll get there in a second or two. Hang on, this doesn't have... Okay, I'm done. Wow!
Yay, your print's so clear, it's dazzling.
Dazzling?
Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find.
Yeah, my arm is starting to hurt from spamming the A button so much.
Let's match it up right away.
So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. What, you're just gonna find a fingerprint? That doesn't tell us anything. It's like, oh, there's a fingerprint. Whose is it? I've never checked.
Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right?
I guess she's right. You guess? Bro. My dude.
Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth, and point at the person you think left these prints.
Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was?
I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with their case. So whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker?
Gumshoe, right? Yeah, it was his locker. Well, that's a pretty strong correlation.
Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright?
You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what.
Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright.
Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Yeah, there was the other bloody handprint. This is where we got a luminal fluid reaction, right?
Right, and there was a handprint here. Okay, wanna try using this?
Now got her eyes sparkling again. Check for prints, obviously. Why would you even give me that decision? Okay, let's check for prints. That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What?
The area with the blood was wiped away, right?
We only ended up finding it using chemical means.
Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too.
Oh, right. So that means no prints.
Did you say the probability of your hypothesis is high?
Don't ask me.
Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away.
Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Yeah, right there. Because there's no blood there. So, yeah, choose where there should be a fourth finger. Okay, here we go. Doing what I do best. Getting some dust on this here screen. This is the best part of this game. No doubt about it. Hands down. It just leaving some dust. Putting some dust on the screen. And then when there's enough dust below, is that not good enough? Did I not dust enough? Is it not enough dusting for you? Fine. Fine, we can do more dusting. There we go. Alright, now let's figure out. Meekins. Marshall. Huh. We've got a bit of a situation on our hands here, partner. Hey, these fingerprints, they...
Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know?
It's Officer... Bleh. It's Officer Marshall.
Huh? Officer Jake Marshall?
The one and only.
That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime.
Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place.
Oh.
So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white blood stain. That's a little weird.
But why would Officer Marshall...
Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. This is what you'd call decisive evidence. Decisive of what?
I don't believe it.
Well, I'm gonna stop that there for now because I've been at this long enough. I hate this chair. My posture is terrible because this chair is terrible. And I also need to eat. So your progress up to this point, hell yeah. Save that. Next time, we'll go into Trial Former, and it'll probably take 2 hours. Yeah, that's all for now. Once again, drink water, eat breakfast, have a snack or two, you know. You need water and food to live. So don't forget to drink water and eat food. Have a wonderful day. And, go outside if you can. Go outside. It's nice to be outside. I can't go outside because it's hot as shit. But it would be nice to be outside. Also, I think it's supposed to rain today. And looks kind of cloudy. But anyway, yeah, I'm stalling this out way too long. Have a good day. See you later. Bye.